Imagine standing before a crowd, your heart hammering against your ribs, palms slick with dread. You open your mouth, but no sound comes out. Your mind, a second ago brimming with brilliant ideas, is now a total blank. This isn't just stage fright, it's glossophobia, and for 75% of the population, it's a terrifying reality. But what if I told you this isn't just about nerves, but something far more primal, deeply rooted in our evolutionary past, something they've been subtly exploiting for centuries without you even realizing it? To understand this pervasive and debilitating fear, we need to peel back the layers of polite society and venture into our ancestral shadows. Think about it. Why are we, as social creatures, so utterly terrified of simply speaking to a group of our peers? It's not logical, at least not in a modern context. Yet the physical response, the adrenaline surge, the trembling, the flight or fight instinct, speaks to an ancient evolutionary threat. For our early ancestors, being cast out from the tribe was a death sentence. Solitary survival was almost impossible in a world teeming with predators and harsh environments. Public rejection, a misstep in social performance, could literally mean exile, starvation, or becoming prey. Standing alone, exposed with all eyes on you, would have triggered the most fundamental survival mechanisms. It's this deep-seated, hardwired fear of social rejection, of being deemed unworthy by the collective, that forms the bedrock of glossophobia. It's not about the words you're speaking. It's about the vulnerability of being judged, possibly ostracized. This isn't a mere phobia. It's an ancestral alarm bell, ringing decades, even millennia, after the threat has ostensibly vanished. But has it really vanished? Or has it simply morphed into something far more insidious, lurking beneath the surface of our modern, interconnected lives, quietly shaping our actions and silencing our potential? But things took a darker turn when this primal fear, once a protective mechanism, began to be inadvertently, and sometimes deliberately, weaponized. Consider the evolution of societal structures. From early tribal elders to kings and religious leaders, power has often been consolidated by those who could command attention, articulate vision, and navigate complex social dynamics. The ability to speak effectively became a distinguishing characteristic, setting apart the leaders from the allied. Education systems, initially designed to impart knowledge, have frequently reinforced this hierarchy. Remember those nerve-wracking oral presentations in school? The pressure to perform, the public grading, the implicit message that a faltering voice or a forgetful mind is a sign of inadequacy. This isn't just about teaching communication skills, it's about conditioning us to associate public performance with high stakes, with judgment, with potential failure. Then add the media. From ancient oratorical traditions to modern-day TED Talks, the ideal speaker is presented as charismatic, confident, flawless. They project an aura of effortless command, setting an impossibly high standard that further intimidates the average person. We see politicians, CEOs, and celebrities deliver polished speeches, rarely witnessing their struggles or anxieties. This creates a cultural narrative where public speaking isn't just a skill, but a performance of power, a display of unshakable authority. For those who don't fit this mold, the fear becomes self-fulfilling. The expectation of perfection, fueled by societal portrayal, paralyzes them, pushing them further into silence. Think about how many brilliant ideas have been lost, how many innovative solutions never voiced, simply because the person holding them was too terrified to stand up and share. It's a silent tax on human potential, levied not by an external force, but by a deeply ingrained, culturally reinforced fear. What they discovered next changed everything. This isn't just about individual anxiety, it's about a systemic barrier. The moment this fear transforms from a personal struggle into a widespread, unacknowledged social phenomenon, it becomes a powerful tool of control. Imagine a society where the vast majority of people are too afraid to challenge authority, too intimidated to voice dissent, or too self-conscious to propose revolutionary ideas in public forums. Think about board meetings where innovative but nervous employees are overshadowed by confident but less insightful colleagues. In classrooms, brilliant students remain silent while less knowledgeable, but more articulate peers dominate discussions. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's our reality. This manufactured widespread fear inadvertently ensures that only a select few are comfortable stepping into leadership roles, speaking truth to power, or driving public discourse. It maintains the status quo. It perpetuates existing hierarchies. When people are afraid to speak up, they are easier to govern, easier to manipulate, and less likely to question the narratives presented to them. The very act of public speaking, once a means of collective decision-making in ancient assemblies, becomes an act of courage for the few and a source of paralyzing terror for the many. This isn't merely inconvenient, it's dangerous. It actively suppresses innovation, stifles democratic participation, and ultimately limits our collective evolution as a species. The silent majority, paralyzed by a fear that often feels irrational, effectively cedes their power to the vocal minority, regardless of their wisdom or integrity. It is an unseen chain binding our potential, forged from the very anxieties that should, in a truly enlightened society, be met with understanding and empowerment, not exploitation. To this day, we may never fully grasp the extent to which this seemingly benign fear of public speaking has shaped our world, guiding careers, dictating leadership, and even influencing the course of history. But what if we challenge the premise? What if we acknowledge that this fear, while primal, has been magnified and weaponized by societal constructs? The radical shift in perspective begins when we realize that the stage isn't a battlefield and the audience isn't a firing squad. Instead, it's an opportunity for connection, for sharing, for collective growth. Reclaiming our voices means understanding that vulnerability is not weakness, and that an imperfect delivery does not diminish a powerful message. It means dismantling the expectation of flawless performance and embracing the human element in communication. If we want to truly empower ourselves and build a more equitable world, we must first confront and conquer the ghost of public judgment, one hesitant word at a time. The power to speak, to share our truth, is not a privilege for the few. It is a fundamental human right that has been quietly, expertly suppressed. The question now is, are you ready to reclaim it? If you're interested in uncovering more hidden truths influencing our daily lives, my next video delves into the psychology of conformity in online spaces.